name is Diane Heisig. I will be doing this Jing on driving multiple pivot tables from one set of slicers, which is found on page 109 in chapter 4. I'm going to start by creating my first pivot table. Select the cell within my data, go to Insert, Pivot Table, check the range is okay, click OK. Then I will add my data or fields for my first pivot table, which is going to include revenue, date, and years. I'm going to pull years over to be a column, and I'm going to change the values so that way it shows currency instead of just a general number. I'm going to click OK. Okay, one more time. I'm going to change it so it says actually years instead of column label. I'm going to change this so it says dates, and I want to update this one so it says total revenue. Okay, I'm going to select the whole pivot table. I'm going to press Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it. I'm going to change this one, so instead of dates, I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to put in product. And let me adjust this one heading here. I'm going to do this one more time, another Control V. Hold on. I'm going to copy and paste, Control V to paste. So I'm going to remove date one more time and instead put in sector and change this heading right here. Okay, so next I'm going to insert my slicer. So I have a cell selected within the first pivot table. I'm going to Analyze tab, Insert Slicer, and I'm going to pick Market here. So I now have Market tab, a Market Slicer. And also, I'm going to pick one more slicer. I'm going to pick a timeline slicer. And I have two slicers. And now I need to connect these slicers to the other two pivot tables. So I'm going to select the first one, go to Options, Report Connections, and I'm going to pick the other two pivot tables that are on sheet 7. Click OK. I'm going to do the same for the timeline. Options, Report Connections, all tables on sheet 7. Okay, now both of these are connected to my other each pivot table. So if I select Atlanta and 1, it now adjusts all 3 pivot tables to Atlanta. And I'm going to change my date here. So instead of months, I'm using quarters. And I'm going to pick the first quarter for 2014, and now it has adjusted to that also, all 3 pivot tables. So if I want to select a couple markets for that first quarter, just holding down the Control button, and I've now selected 4 markets instead of just 1. And I'm going to see if I can select. And then I'm going to select a different quarter. As you can see over in this first pivot table, the dates has adjusted so it shows the first quarter that I'm using. And that is how you use slicers to control multiple pivot tables. This is the references for the book I'm using and my file samples, or data samples.